Hi, dear friends. Welcome to yet another class of Dream in English. Today we have John Donne's The Canonization. We are not discussing about the author as we have already discussed that same thing in the previous video, that is Batter My Heart. So directly we'll go on to the background details of this poem. John Donne was born in London in 1572 and in 1601 he secretly married Lady Egerton's niece, a 17-year-old girl called Annie Moore, and was thrown into Fleet prison as a result of this marriage. The obvious controversy of this marriage is evident in the poem called The Canonization. And this poem written in 1590s, was originally published in 1633 in the first edition of the collection called Songs and Sonnets. The poem is the story of two people who are in love. They tell others to not criticize them for their love, but for other shortcomings in their lives. They continue by stating that their love has never hurt anyone or anything and tell them to feel however they feel about it, because their love will never be destroyed. And in the end, their love will be a legend for the future generations to follow. Now let's read the poem. The Canonization by John Donne. For God's sake, hold your tongue and let me love, or chide my palsy or my gout, my 5 grey hairs or ruined fortune flout. With wealth your state, your mind with arts, improve, take you a course, get you a place of service, honor, or his grace, or the king's real or his stamped face. Contemplate what you will approve, so you will let me love. Alas, alas, who is injured by my love? What merchant ship have my sighs drowned? Who says my tears have overflowed his ground? When did my coals of forward spring remove? When did the heats which my veins fill add one more to the plaguy bill? Soldiers find wars, and lawyers find out still litigious men, which quarrels move, though she and I do love. Call us what you will, we are made such by love. Call her one, me another fly, we are tapers too, and at our own cast die, and we in us find the eagle and the dove. The phoenix riddle hath more wit by us, we two being one are it. So to one neutral thing both sexes fit, we die and rise the same, and prove mysterious by this love. We can die by it, if not live by love. And if unfit for tombs and hearse our legends be, it will be fit for verse. And if no piece of chronicle we prove, we'll build in sonnets pretty rooms. As well a well-wrought urn becomes the greatest ashes as half-acre tombs. And by these hymns all shall approve as canonized for love, and thus invoke us, you whom reverend love made one another's hermitage, you to whom love was peace that now is rage, who did the whole world's soul contract and drove into the glasses of your eyes, so made such mirrors and such spies that they did all to you epitomize. Countries, towns, courts beg from above a pattern of your love. Now let us take a look at the summary of the poem. So as you all know, this poem is written against the background of Donne's own marriage, Donne's own secret marriage with his beloved. He has eloped, and it resulted in a lot of consequences, and all of them were against him. And here, by introducing this poem, he is just mentioning about one such critic who always tries to poke fun at him, or who tries to trouble him in having such a marriage. Donne begins by saying that, for God's sake, hold your tongue and let me love. So he is starting with a very humble request to that critique. So please let him love his beloved, that his love is not troubling anyone. The speaker invites the critic to critique his health, grey hair, and lack of wealth, and suggest he
turned his attention to other things such as gaining wealth or learning new things. So instead of criticizing about his marriage, his love, or his elopement with his beloved, he can just shift his attention to different other topics, or even he can just poke fun at him regarding his his age, his weird looking face, or even his facial features and all. So he can just leave that part of love from the criticism, and he can just shift on to different other topics for criticism. That is what he is suggesting to the critic in the first stanza. And in the second stanza, the speaker asks rhetorically, who is enjoyed by my love? Has his love sunk ships, flooded the ground, or changed the seasons? Soldiers still fight and lawyers still litigate. The speaker's love doesn't change any of those things. So here, the poet is trying to match the consequences of his love with that of worldly happenings, whether his love is resulting in any changes in those worldly actions, the actions which are going around in the world, whether they are changing as a result of the love or the elopement or the marriage of this writer. In the third stanza, the speaker refers to himself and his lover like candles that can only burn by eating themselves. And they are also like phoenixes that die and are reborn. So here you can find the usage of metaphysical conceits in which the lovers are compared to that of candles who get consummated by burning themselves. They are ending up their lives by burning themselves, and also they are being compared to phoenix birds who find their rebirth after they have turned into ashes. So these two are metaphysical conceits used in this poem. Coming to the fourth stanza, the speaker says the lovers may die of love, but the legend of their love will live forever in poems of various types of sonnets and hymns. They will be canonized for love. So here is the point where the poet comes to the actual title, that is canonization. So after their life, these lovers, or the poet and his beloved, they are going to be like saints, or they are going to get canonized. They are going to just stand as saints for the virtue of love in this world. They are going to be uplifted from their state of mere earthly lovers to that of saints of love. So thus they are turned into immortal beings. And in the final stanza, he continues this train of thought. After they die, people will pray to them so they can follow the same pattern of their love to make it immortal. So, this is where the poet is concluding his idea of canonization. He is just telling us the purpose of that canonization, why he has made these lovers as saints who are getting canonized after their worldly life. So, these saints who are canonized by virtue of their love in this world are just acting as a force to help the people out there in the earth who follow the same pattern of their love to be immortalized by love itself. So here, whoever who is praying to those saints who are canonized for love, and they are going to help them in achieving their love. So this is on the point where the poet ends this poem. I hope all of you have understood it. Now let us turn our attention to some of the literary devices in this poem. Several literary devices are used in this poem, only the important ones are cited over here. So the major devices used by Donne over here are paradox, ambiguity, and wordplay. And coming to the rhyme scheme of the poem, it is ABBA, CCC, AA. Then you can find an example of simile in the usage called as half acre toms. Then metaphor is coming there in the usage of canonization. Itself is an extended metaphor that you can find in the whole poem. Then we'll build in sonnets pretty rooms. It's also metaphor. Then alliteration is coming in the lines let love five fortune flout, with wealth men move, peace prove, etc. Then anaphora or repetition is coming over here. When did my coals, when did, that is repeated. Then call us, call her, those beginnings are repeated. Then assonance is found there in the usage of for, gold, hold, tongue, love. Then king, his. So the repetitive usage of vowel sounds are found here in the case of assonance. So all these are the different poetic devices that you can cite in this poem. Thanks a lot for watching.